Glad I'm getting that Ukraine this winter. I'll be going across Canada in a couple of weeks for business. I'm also a documentary filmmaker and video journalist, so I did spend some time over in Ukraine already, and I'll be going back again. I was just over there in April or March and April. So just keep in mind that what you see on the TV is mostly real. There's, of course, an information war that gets spread as well. So, some stuff gets censored, some stuff gets added and that, so just, just think about the people over there and what they're going through and the people that are coming to Canada, and welcome them with open arms is all I can say. But most of what you see is pretty accurate on the news and that. I get that asked all the time. One of the inaccuracies, I'll say, is Putin's aim. Of course, every time they hit a school and hospital, he says that he was aiming for the military installations and weapons factories. My kids had better aim when I was potty training them, but what do you do, right? I also do a lot of acting, small roles in Vancouver, of course being Hollywood North, but I did spend some time in Los Angeles when I was younger. And there was a time that I got blackballed in Hollywood, but it was a Halloween party. I was dressed up as a nice looking woman, and Bill Cosby was there with some roofies, so you figure it out. So I should go with that. But ladies, let me give you a quick lesson here. The guys are quiet, but there's one thing that all guys have always thought about, and that is the threesome. And I'm talking 2 women and a man. But let's just clear up one fact about this, is that it's not because we're pigs. Well, we are, but that's irrelevant. That's not why we ask. It's because after sex, we are dying to go to sleep, and you want to chat until the sun comes up. So really, we're just thinking of you. Now you've got somebody to talk to, we can sleep, everybody's happy. So just remember that, right? That's all. It's just about life lessons, people getting tattoos. I know people that have gotten tattoos on their neck and things, and it's supposed to say loyalty, but they've missed an L. Obviously tattoo artists aren't big fans of spell check when they print out the stencils there. But ladies, I'll give you another tip, and that is when you are young, get a tattoo that ages with you. Don't be getting a little butterfly on your belly, because in 40 years that's going to look like, some kind of a pterodactyl flying through a forest. Get something that's going to age gracefully. Get a nice little anaconda on your, or nice garter snake on your breast. When you're 80, then you can wrap it around your neck like an anaconda. That ages with you, right? Get some, get some little, little blankets knitted on the end there, and when you're 80, you can use them to keep your ankles warm. Kind of like us guys, now that we're getting older, or, the balls drop, whoever knew they were going to be a tripping hazard when we were younger, right? But that happens when we age, things are just going other places. It's like my hair, I'm not losing it, it's just relocating. Never do I remember having to shave my ears when I was a kid or, a teenager. You can't wait to grow facial hair, but nobody warned you about the ear hairs and, putting on the weight, you don't lose it. And that's the sad thing about COVID coming to an end, is just simply that I've got no excuse to be fat and lazy anymore. I've got no reason to avoid, my family. I actually have to visit them now, and I can't use that as an excuse. My mother, she likes COVID. She says some people should keep their mask on, they shouldn't remove it. Well, specifically, she was talking to me, telling me to put my mask back on, and maybe I'd find a woman that way, but she's a nice lady. She works hard, but a little honest sometimes. So thank you to the other comedians, and Jim came all the way from the island. I was over there in Nanaimo last week with him, and of course I came back on the ferry. It was a late one, so I decided to have a little sleep and kill some of the time on the ferry. And let me tell you, they were pissed that I was in the nude, but that's the way I like to sleep, right? Wasn't so bad. I slept like a baby. Unfortunately for them, I woke up and I shit myself and I had a nipple in my mouth, but ferry staff don't have a sense of humor about that sort of thing. So how many people here are still wearing masks and all that crap at work? I'm the only one? These film sets, I tell you, it's crazy. We've got to get tested 3 days a week. We've still got to wear masks. And I went over, as I said, I was over in Ukraine. I was there for a month. I was in Poland for another couple of weeks covering the refugee camps there. And nobody's wearing a mask. Everybody's, you know, in parts of Lviv and that, the buses, the trains, everything are just jam-packed. No problem. I get back, no COVID still. I go to the Banff Media Festival for 4 days, and I come back with COVID. So now I understand, apparently it's the entertainers in the world that are spreading it. And it just doesn't seem to be a lot of fun that way. But with that, as I said, you know, it's now I've lost my excuse for being fat and lazy. I've actually got to try to work at losing some weight now. I knew this was becoming a problem last week when I was over here at the beach here in Tsawwassen, and I was laying there on the beach, minding my own business, and Greenpeace showed up, started throwing salmon at me. If you think that was bad, you should have seen the look on my face when they attached the rope and towed me back out to open waters. It's not as bad as my last visit to the zoo. They tranquilized me and I woke up with the hippos. So, you know, it could have been worse, right? So with that, you've got, you know, just all kinds of things. And now we're getting out and we're mixing with people again, which is nice, but not so nice. It just reminds me how, as we get older, these younger people just irritate the shit out of us. Am I the only one? Come on. Come on. You know, there's people that do these TikTok challenges and all these different things online, and just the stupidest things like eating Tide Pods. And now there's parents that are suing TikTok because they had the blackout challenge. People on there were choking themselves out and people died from it. And I just call it culling the herd. If you're dumb enough to be chewing on some Tide Pods and choking yourself out, putting a bag over your head, then, you know, let the chips fall where they may. But I don't understand all the excitement online for these silly things. The other thing I don't understand is computer sex. I tried it and I didn't like it. Apparently these computers have got little fans in there, and when they get caught in your hair pulling, it's very uncomfortable. I don't like it. You know? And then when you are on there, guys, let me tell you, and ladies, if you're on the internet expecting to get something good, go fishing in a toilet bowl. Chances are, if you catch something, it's not going to be something you're wanting to keep. And that's pretty much internet dating for you. When I got this one response from this one lady, I tell you, she looked like she just came from a Hells Angels rally, and she was obviously standing on the train tracks down on White Rock, and I thought, fuck, if that train comes, they're screwed. There's no way the train was going to win on that one. So with that said, everybody, I grew up in North Burnaby, so I'm local for the most part. And we never know if it's Tsawwassen or Tsawwassen. He's looking at me like, just don't call me sir, you asshole. Burnaby Burnouts, yes. You know, Burnaby North, and when they got sick of me, they sent me over to Alpha. And then they got sick of me and sent me to Central, and I said, all right, let's finish this shit up. Yeah, we aren't as young as we like to think we are. We definitely aren't as young as we once were. But again, going back to kids these days, and you know how irritating they are. And I used to think it was really cruel for parents to have their young kids on leashes. Now I'm at